Hello guys, welcome back to our anime explainer. Guys, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Today is explanation of Swallowed Star original continent based on novel. So let's start. A seemingly normal huge blade slashed through space, and in the blink of an eye, it hit the silver wings. The golden horned beast, which was wrapped within, was like a silver egg. The wings had completely protected the beast well, not leaving a single slit. Rumble. The beast was knocked back far away. The large amounts of purple threads holding on to the beast had to be let go too, some of them broken from the powerful force. The beast became a beam of light as it flew backwards. After flying back hundreds of thousands of kilometers, only then did it open its wings. Its mouth had a hint of trickling golden blood, and its dark eyes gleaming with madness. The wings had diffused over 90% of the force, with the general armor diffusing another 90% of the leftover force. Through these two weakening the attack greatly, the remaining force was but 1,000th of the original. Even so, it still hurt the beast. Howl. The beast flapped its wings. It warped in mid-air and swiftly rushed at the closest god. It was obvious that they were strongest when attacking together. As long as it could catch onto one beast, it would be much safer. Kai. Countless purple threads once again rushed around the beast, beginning to trap it. These purple threads again. Bastard. Luo Feng raged within. The beast struggled madly, causing large amounts of the threads to break. However, more were produced, causing the beast to once again fall into the same trap, unable to break free. Howl. It struggled and raged. To actually be able to withstand my absolute 9-god counterattack, and not be torn apart, I respect your strength. The tallest god of the 81 gods suddenly brandished a blade bigger than itself, roaring, then receive my second attack. Wing. The other 80 of them all extended one finger, and shot out a thin purple light. Though they were thin, they were extremely condensed. These 80 purple lights all shot into the blade. The tallest god simultaneously threw out the huge blade, which was infused with the space and fire laws. It made the huge blade tear a big hole in space itself. It instantly flew straight at the beast at a terrifying speed. The beast naturally closed itself in its wings again, and was forcefully knocked back again. His body is still okay. Then take my third attack. I don't believe you can take it. The tallest god roared. Each attack was stronger than the previous. This third attack was almost like a solid hammer, clashing into the protected beast's wings. Kai. The beast was so shaken that blood flew out of its eyes, nose and ears. It even spit out gold blood. As it was knocked back, countless purple threads came to bind it again, causing it to get extremely enraged. The youth Ci Wei Ka, controlling this battle from afar, slapped his alloy chair, breaking it apart. 3 consecutive attacks didn't destroy its body. This god country is something my master personally created, and its 3 attacks are all considered to be at pinnacle emperor level. Even though one would have an undying body, his body would still be destroyed before reforming. Why isn't his body breaking apart? As long as I can destroy his body, its world ring will appear. I'll use the god country to instantly grab the world ring, and cause instability in the ring to make it collapse. Once the human sector lord appears, I'll be able to capture my target. However, why am I unable to destroy its body? This is the 9 absolute god country. It was something the master built for me out of the relationship we've had over the countless years. He spent a huge amount on it to improve my strength and weaponry. A normal emperor's wealth cannot even afford it. Even though it cannot kill a pinnacle emperor, destroying his body should be easy. However, he couldn't believe the scene before him. 9 absolute god country, he naturally wouldn't suspect. A pinnacle emperor was very powerful. Even after destroying his body, he could easily reform without any damage. Hence killing him was very hard. Ci Wei Ka didn't even think of killing the silver-winged emperor. He didn't have the confidence to do so either. He simply wanted to destroy his body once, using the chance to get the sector lord and automaton methods to cause the world to crumble. I don't believe this. He gritted his teeth. Not being able to kill you is one thing, but I cannot even destroy your body. The Master's 9 absolute God country cannot be that weak. Break. Ci Wei Ka raged. His God country once again began a more terrifying attack. Fourth attack. Fifth attack. Sixth attack. The 81 gods that were all Luo emperors used the purple space's help to unleash terrifying attacks over and over. God country, grinding wheel. Ci Wei Ka gritted his teeth and unleashed the 9th attack of the God country, the strongest one he had. The 81 gods' eyes all lit up, light gathering within their weapons as they all flew out of their hands and gathered in mid-air. Among the 81 lit-up weapons, the big ones were like 100 blades, while the small ones not even half a meter in length. They formed a peculiar grinding wheel weapon, with sharp edges on the side. Ge. The wheel spun and countless purple light threads melded into it. It acted like a purple space core. Hula! It rushed straight at the beast. The two bottom and upper layers of the wheel interweaved. Ge. Even space was ripped apart into countless shreds. When the wheel hit the golden horned beast, it began to madly grind at it. The Showu wings were clashing hard against the mad grinding. Although the golden horned beast's body was reduced to powder, the outer layer of wings, however, was undamaged. Howl! The beast let out a howl of pain. Automaton idiot, stupid punk, what other methods do you have? The beast let out an enraged howl. Can you only rely on these purple threads to bind me? The grinding wheel swiftly flew back, returning the 81 weapons to the gods. The 81 gods looked at the distant golden horned beast, not know what to do. The 9 absolute God country was actually unable to destroy its body. The distant Ci Wei Ka was angry and worried. This 9th attack was the strongest attack the God country could do, unless Ci Wei Ka was willing to pay a bigger price to unleash its final attack. That move would damage even a pinnacle emperor, destroying part of his undying body. He then would require tens of millions of years to recover. Using that move once costs 1 billion indigo gems. Is it worth it? Ci Wei Ka hesitated. 1 billion indigo gems. This was huge sum for even an emperor. One couldn't bear to use this much on just one battle. Many emperors would rather sacrifice 5% of their undying bodies and not lose such a sum. Is it worth it? While Ci Wei Ka was hesitating, the golden horned beast that had taken 9 attacks finally exploded. 81 gods. HMPH, after the 9 consecutive attacks, his energy should be depleted. They would take a while for the energy to replenish to attack again. The beast glanced at the distant 81 gods. While unleashing their 9th attack, their energies had already reached extremely low levels. At this time, countless amounts of energy was pouring into them from the space about. The beast's eyes gleamed with madness. My chance has come. Alina. Master. Command 1 million tiger armored kings to do a combined attack, the strongest attack, and break through this purple space. This is a space formed by those 9 pyramids, just choose one and attack it. Luo Feng ordered his bug queen Alina within his internal world. Yes, master. Alina said respectfully. Rumble. Large amounts of countless bugs appeared around the golden horned beast. Every tiger armored king was about 26 m tall, and they were covered in a thick armor. Their dark red malevolent bodies gave off terrifying energy. A blur of 1 million armored tiger kings appeared, and all of them were exactly alike. In the core of the bug army was a 1 kilometer in diameter bug clan mother nest. Weng. The million tiger armored kings extended their claws. A glaring light gathering at the tip of their claws, the million soldiers seemed to be linked by their souls. In truth, they were all being controlled by one queen. Simultaneously controlling 1 million bugs, even though it couldn't do a law-infused attack, it could still do a precision attack. Bug clan, it's the bug clan. A million sector lord bugs, and tiger armored kings. Quick, break. The distant Ci Wei Ka was immediately at a loss. One combined attack by a million kings, that was extremely terrifying. A combined attack, by 1 million normal sector Lord bugs could heavily injure a pinnacle emperor. Naturally it had to hit first. The emperors weren't stupid, they could all dodge and flee. Hence, normally the million-strong army was good as a threat, and was useful in an army battle, however against an emperor. It was too hard to hit. However, no one could deny its power. And the million kings compared to the million normal sector lords, the power was much more powerful by at least tens of times. Even a pinnacle emperor would probably lose 50 to 100% of his undying body. Meaning, there was a possibility of a pinnacle emperor falling. This was the power of 1 million bug kings. Of course, the requirement was, it had to hit. Try and bind the bug soldiers. That won't work. The million bug kings can instantly send off power that over 100 times that of an emperor. I can at most only bind up to 10,000 of them, however this has little effect on the million-strong army. This move is useless. Binding that mother nest, killing the queen. The 81 gods have mostly used up their energy, and they are still replenishing it. The despicable Silver Wing Emperor is actually using both wings to wrap about the nest. Wei stood in his control room, eyes filled with worry as he instantly pondered on many options. He realized there was only one way. Releasing over 8 million automaton puppets to fight it out with the sector Lord Bug Kings, that may be effective. However, just the time it took to release the puppets was enough for the army to attack a few times. Even though this solution was good, it wasn't fast enough. Give up. I can only give up, and watch the Silver Wing Emperor escape. He made the decision grudgingly. Silver Wing Emperor, you got lucky this time. And that despicable human, you got lucky too. It may seem like a long time. In truth, the moment the million tiger armored bug kings appeared, they had already begun to unleash their attack. Attack. The target is. This purple space wasn't a true purple space. It was simply a space domain formed from large amounts of energy. The golden horned beast could easily feel the 9 energy spots within the purple space. They were simply the 9 pyramids. Rumble. 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 A million beams of light shot out. They instantly pierced through the purple space. Every beam of light was the full strength of a bug king. A million of them combined was enough to make even a true emperor change his expression. Against such pure brute force, one could only dodge. Even the golden horned beast, with his shoulder wings and general armor, would have its body destroyed if it tried to defend against it. A million light beams gathering in one spot. Extreme precision. Not a single beam was with any error, and all of them accurately gathered together. If it were a million human sector lords, even training tens of millions of times wouldn't result in a single successful shot. This was the advantage of the Bug Clan. Gathered in one spot. A very small dot. Silence. The entire purple space was silent, accurately speaking it was the loss of sound. Even the land and skies vanished, leaving only the little light dot formed from the million lasers gathered together. It may seem like a lot of time had passed, but in truth, it was only an instant before the little light dot erupted. Rumble, the land and skies rumbled as the silent world was thrown into chaos. A large hole tore open within 10 million kilometer, as countless space fragments rushed around madly. The huge collapse of the space caused even the distant Wei to feel the ripples. Quickly. Alina, all of you get back in. The beast immediately collected all the bugs into its internal world immediately after unleashing their attacks. After that, the huge explosion rippled over. The beast closed its wings. The explosion that took place 100,000 kilometers away rippled over. The weakened power after the Showa wings and the general armor was still enough to make the beast spit out blood. Terrifying. Even with the Showa wings and general armor, I'm still heavily hit by the explosion from 100,000 kilometers away. If one is hit directly by this, even a pinnacle emperor with an undying body would find it hard to survive. Even though Luo Feng had long known the power of this, seeing it personally and feeling the ripples left him in shock. That pyramid. The beast turned to it quickly. In the distance, the pyramid had been ripped open. Su. The beast flapped its wings. It rushed straight at the pyramid. Millions of kilometers away, Ciweka was unhurt due to the distance. The foundation of my 9 absolute god country. Through his scanner, he easily saw the pyramid that was hit. It was hit face on at close distance, hence it was ripped open. The pyramid that was able to withstand a pinnacle emperor's attack, under the combined attack of a million bug kings. Even though it managed to dodge at the last moment, that little distance had little effect. The combined attack, with an explosion of an area of over 1,000 kilometers, was extremely powerful. The pyramid was torn open. Master, the foundation ship is heavily damaged, however the core cabin is still fine. The AI of that ripped open pyramid ship reported. Even though the ship was badly damaged, its AI was still undamaged. The important apparatus within the ship used to make the god country was fine too. This was something Ciweka's master had built, hence it was heavily protected. It was completely undamaged. That's good, Ciweka let out a sigh of relief. Master, the ship is no longer able to fly, its movement system is completely gone. The AI reported. I will let a god go pick you up. He revealed a relaxed expression, after which it grew sullen as he roared, Silver Wing Emperor. The scanner showed. The Silver Wing Emperor flapped its wings, using its terrifying speed to instantly rush at the broken pyramid. The beast reached the ship, as its eyes filled with excitement. This was an important piece to form the 9 absolute god country. Even though the other 8 pyramids were still in perfect condition, it would be very hard to get them, this one however. Collect. The beast tried collecting it into its world ring. With a scan with his world energy, he discovered that the AI within the ship was still okay. It was controlling the defense mechanism of the ship to fight back. Alina, use 10,000 Shadow Spear Kings to destroy the ship's controlling system. Yes. 10,000 skinny shadow-like bug soldiers moved demonically, rushing into the broken ship. Even though they seemed skinny and weak, they were still kings. It was simple to control, just 10,000 of them, the mother nest didn't even need to show itself. Hence, it only sent out 10,000 weak bits of consciousness into every bug. Rumble. The pyramid rumbled within, with much of its abilities already disabled from before, it couldn't resist. Silver Wing Emperor. Silver Wing Emperor. A raging howl rang in the beast's ears, it glanced into the distance. The 81 gods were rushing over angrily, and all of them were incredibly mad. It was obvious that they wanted to take this pyramid away from it. Master, it's been done. Good job. The golden horned beast swiftly collected the broken ship along with the 10,000 Shadow Spear Bug Kings into its world ring. Bastard. The automaton warrior Ciweka smashed the control board before him as he saw everything clearly through his scanner. The ship's control system has been damaged 73%. A voice resounded within the room. Shut up. Ciweka cursed. After which he stared at the screen on his arm and grit his teeth. My foundation ship, my foundation ship. Despicable Silver Wing Emperor, despicable Silver Wing Emperor. The 9 foundation ships were his most important treasures. Firstly, the 9 million F9 puppets were within the ships, and every one of the ship had 1 G-grade metal puppet that used a world ring to carry the 1 million puppet army. With that hit earlier, the ship was ripped open. At that time, this G-grade metal puppet instantly had its core destroyed. The puppet army ring was secondary. The most important thing was every ship's core cabin had an apparatus used for the 9 absolute god country. Only when the 9 of them were combined, would it be able to completely form the god country. The moment one of them was gone, it would be impossible to form it. And this apparatus was incredibly expensive. It was his most important asset. Asterisk 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 asterisk. The golden horned beast felt free as it kept the pyramid. After being disadvantaged for so long, it was its chance to fight back. Silver Wing Emperor. Silver Wing Emperor. The 81 gods separated and floated about looking at the beast. Howl. The beast let out a howl. Without that purple space, You cannot even replenish your energy, and you cannot unleash your combined attacks. You don't even have the purple threads to bind me. Without any methods left, you are of no threat to me. It flapped its wings. The beast immediately knocked away 3 gods. With the Showu wings, the 3 gods were knocked far away. G-grade metal was indeed very strong. I cannot deal with you now. The tallest god said. However, Silver Wing Emperor, how about we make a deal? Deal? The beast asked. As long as you return the broken ship to me, I'm willing to give you 1 billion mixed elements worth of treasure. The tallest god spoke. The broken ship's worth far exceeds 1 billion mixed elements. The beast replied. No. The tallest god, with a huge blade on its back, shook its head. It's very important to me, but to a human, you'd only get 1 part of the 9 that is used to make the 9 absolute god country. It's useless like that. Even if you sold it, you wouldn't be able to sell it at 1 billion. Only I would be willing to sell it at such a high price. The 9 million automaton army is only worth 1 billion mixed elements. The beast said, the 81 gods are probably only worth about 10 billion mixed elements. And the most valuable thing about the 9 absolute god country, you really think I'm that stupid? Sue. With a flap of its wings, it flew far away. We can discuss this. The tallest god urgently called out. I won't sell a treasure to the enemy. What's more, I have my pathways to deal with treasures. Like my human alliance friends, there are many powerful warriors there. A valuable automaton apparatus will definitely attract many warriors. The beast flapped its wings and left far away. In the vast skies, a silver beam of light flashed past. The golden horned beast was flying close to light speed. It's a pity that the 9 pyramids were all so far apart. Since I got the broken one, the others won't be able to catch me even at their max speed. Luo Feng felt the pinch for the automaton warrior that just lost a huge treasure. The 9 pyramids were worth a shocking amount. He had gotten 3 billion points when he passed the primal region domain Lord Sky Mountain. He estimated that this pyramid ship would be worth quite a bit too. Such a reward sure is a blessing. Luo Feng exclaimed. Actually, if it weren't for the Sector Lord Bug Kings that tore apart this ship, even if the golden horned beast could catch up to the ship, it wouldn't have been able to break through. While flying, Luo Feng reflected on the battle from before. From start to end, he never made any mistakes, however it was extremely tough. Firstly, his scanner wasn't as advanced as his opponent. Hence, it allowed his opponent to have the advantage. Against the surrounding 9 million automatons, he had no other way but to let the golden horned beast to appear. And while the beast was intrepid, it was easy to get the hundreds of thousands of puppets to force the opponent to use his trump card, the 9 absolute god country. The moment the god country was unleashed, especially with the countless purple threads binding him, it made the beast lose its greatest advantage of speed, allowing it to be attacked by the 81 gods over and over. Luckily the Showu wings had incredible defense. It finally had the chance when the 81 gods were replenishing their energy, to instantly unleash the million Sector Lord army. Seems wise. Luckily I held out until the final moment before finally using the bug army. If I used it from the start, whether it's the 9 million F9 puppets, or the 81 gods, I'd lose out. The combined attack of the bug army is incredibly powerful, but their defense is too weak. Overall, the reason I was disadvantaged is mainly because of my scanner. Without it, I'm not able to detect his movements, and got dragged along by his games. If my scanner was more advanced than his, I wouldn't have been ambushed. I would have detected him long ago, not even letting him detect me. Luo Feng exclaimed. The tragedy was, even up till now, I still don't know where the real body is. Luo Feng and Ci Wei both had their trump cards. Ci Wei was weak himself, he relied on his apparatus and techniques etc. Luo Feng was stronger. He lost out on having a lousier scanner, allowing his enemy to control the flow of the battle. If he had a better scanner, he would have been able to get close secretly, and let his million Sector Lord Bug army destroy the main enemy ship, killing that automaton warrior. Luo Feng would have earned a lot from it, and it would have been in a relaxed manner. Scanner. Scanner. Luo Feng reflected on the importance of a good scanner. This battle had forced him to the edge simply because of that one fact. The golden horned beast glanced backwards slightly. It had an instinct that the automaton warrior was still following him. He probably hasn't given up. He's most probably following me at a distance. Seems right, he lost so much, especially the important piece of his God Country device. How could he just let me go? He's definitely following me and thinking of a way to get it back. What do I do? Luo Feng pondered, hating the fact that he didn't have a better scanner. Do I just let him follow me? He obviously has quite some background. He'll definitely find a way to get the broken ship back. If I keep letting him follow, it's like having a ticking time bomb next to me. Even though I would not have cared that much initially, I have to spend some money. Luo Feng made the decision. Asterisk 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 asterisk. His guess was right. 300 million kilometer away, a ship was following. Within the control room, Ci Wei sat in his chair, and his expression was ashen. Looking at the silver beast on his screen, he gritted his teeth. Silver Wing Emperor, I cannot miss a single one of my 9 ships. I need all 9 to use the 9 absolute God Country. You think you can get away with it? You must be dreaming. I initially didn't want to spend a huge amount to kill you. Killing an emperor costs too much. However, you took away a ship from the 9 pyramids my master had built. You are forcing me. Ci Wei's eyes were filled with madness. Die. Just wait for your death. He had sent a thread of his consciousness into the virtual universe. This was the virtual world the automaton race had set up in the outer region wars. Virtual world. Di. He stood before the screen. After a while, a silhouette appeared. This was a 2m tall and 1m wide fat life form. Although it was covered in scales, however countless scales on its body had eyes on them. A blur of eyes, it was terrifying. On its head it had a huge gold eye. The formless powerful energy emanated from the screen. If Luo Feng saw him, he would have been able to tell instantly that this was a powerful race of the universe. The 1000 Eye race, they were extremely few in numbers, but were extremely powerful. They were considered one of the more powerful races in the universe. However, their warriors have to join one of the 4 camps to gain the right to enter the outer region wars. Battle was the best way to train a warrior. A true warrior wouldn't be afraid of battle, constantly giving himself pressure to get stronger. Momobu. Ci Wei was very respectful. Ah, my dear Ci Wei. The 1000 Eye race smiled. The blur of eyes on its body seemed friendly, but it was disgusting. You should know that I'm currently on Star Tower. It's an extremely dangerous place, hence I cannot be distracted. Still, you've chosen to contact me despite this. Speak, what's the matter? It's like this. Ci Wei swiftly explained, slightly altering some details, but the core matter was still the same. What I want to do is to kill the Silver Wing Emperor and take back my weapon. Ah? Silver Wing Emperor of the human camp? Momobu said curiously. He actually took an important piece of your weapons. However, Ci Wei, that is still an emperor. You should know just how tough it is to kill an emperor. We may heavily injure him, but to kill. I've planned it out already. Ci Wei said, this Silver Wing Emperor's defense is extremely powerful, and it's extremely fast too. Its attack, however, isn't as terrifying as its defense. It's obvious its comprehension level isn't too high, and it relies on some treasures for defense. And its battle techniques rely on close combat. Hence its soul side should be weaker. Momobu, you are an absolute warrior proficient in soul attacks. As long as you attack, we should have a 90% guarantee. Ci Wei said. The 1000 Eye warrior on the screen didn't agree. Ci Wei said, I won't waste your time, you are after all on Star Tower now. I'm willing to use 3 billion indigo gems to get you to help me, and when we kill the Silver Wing Emperor, you will naturally get the contribution points. Also the items it leaves behind after, you will get a lot of it. Ah? Momobu's many eyes all over gleamed. 3 billion indigo gems. That was generous enough. It usually took emperors trillions of years to accumulate that much. One invitation with that amount, this was extremely rare. This Ci Wei Ka sure is wealthy, his master pampers him too much. Only at a pinnacle official level, and his wealth is more than many emperors. Momobu couldn't help but exclaim. Just like how Yang Zhu Emperor was renowned for being Shohua Knight's only son, this Ci Wei Ka was the same within the automaton race. One had to know that the automatons were living eyes, they didn't have the idea of parent and child. Hence, Ci Wei Ka was considered his master's most important relative. I'm in Star Tower, how will I head over? Momobu asked, using a ship. That would take half a year. No. Ci Wei Ka shook his head. Using a ship would take too long. Momobu, teleport via your god country. I will give you safe coordinates. Just come straight to Yang Ji main continent. God country teleportation, this will reveal my god country's coordinates. With your ability Momobu, who will you fear on Yang Ji main continent? What's more, only I will know your god country's coordinates, and as allies, I cannot betray you. Momobu, you'll have extra time, after completing the mission, to change the coordinates of your god country. Ci Wei Ka spoke. Momobu finally agreed. The rewards from this deal, if successful, was simply too eye-catching. After a while, within Ci Wei Ka's living quarters in the virtual world. Let me introduce you, this is from our automaton camp, Black Jade Emperor from the Pang Wan race. Ci Wei Ka pointed beside him. It was a skinny short man with a silver mask, his hands were like a wild beast's claws, almost like two blades. Black Jade Emperor is a pinnacle emperor with teleportation. Black Jade, this is Death Soul Emperor from the 1000 Eye race. He's extremely renowned within the 7th battlefield. Ci Wei Ka pointed at Momobu of the 1000 Eye race. Black Jade Emperor and Death Soul Emperor. Both were pinnacle emperors. But in terms of reputation, Death Soul was more renowned, mainly because there were many Emperor Undyings that fell before him. Death Soul Emperor. The short Black Jade looked at Momobu, aren't you in Star Tower? Momobu smiled, all his eyes looked friendly, I'll rush over. This video will end here.